Hi guys, I'm so excited right now because I have the ultimate. Sorry, I'm so excited. RMD is here today on Diary of a Fat Girl, and it's so cool because I found out you're a health guy.
Yeah, I try.
We call it granola, so you're quite granola, which is good. And even when I was like suggesting stuff, he's like, oh, I make this and I make that. So I'm happy that you've not made this before.
Yes, and I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, good. So we're making shepherd's pie today, but we're doing it with like a little bit of a healthy alternative. Instead of using potatoes, we're gonna use mashed cauliflower. So we're just gonna get right into it. He didn't know he was cooking, but how many women can say RMD cook for them? Apart from your wife, maybe. So
I've cooked for quite a few women.
Oh, well, yes. I'm happy to make the list. I'm excited about that. You guys, no, can I be honest? All my friends have a crush on you.
Really?
We were actually planning.
I only hear about this.
We were actually planning to have placards. Do you understand? I have them stand in the corner and be like, ooh, ooh. Like they're all on standby right now to find out what happened. We talk about you a lot in the girls group as well.
Okay.
So that's, we'll get
All
into
good.
all good. We'll get into the zaddy status later. Okay?
Cool.
Awesome. Okay, so the first step is we are going to start boiling our cauliflower.
Okay.
So you know we're gonna boil it because we want it to be nice and like soft. So that's done. So the next step, because I just didn't want us to waste too much time, is we're going to actually blend everything together. So I know that you've made vegetable mash. You've made vegetable mash before.
Yeah.
So I think you're a little bit of an expert on what to do. So there's so many alternative ways to eating now. You can always find stuff that you like to eat every day, but it's not gonna just be so big on you. Like if I eat like rice and stuff every day, I'll be like a house, because that's just how my own body.
I just need to sniff food to be big.
Are you serious? You see, and I feel like it makes you to like really be sensitive. Okay, that's good. So like now, if we were not on like a fit fam piece, some people would have put butter and some other yummy stuff.
Are we going to add maybe some butter or some?
Well, should we?
Olive oil? No.
I don't think we need to, but if we do, we can add coconut oil later. Actually, it's not a bad thing, but let's see what we can do without it. All right. So it's all there.
And I crank it.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me make sure I've locked it in good. Is it good? Are we plugged in? Oh, there we go. Thank you. I will just keep on going until it gets soft. So you can make mashed potato like this as well. So you do it all the time. Now they're starting to put it in restaurants in Nigeria a lot as well.
Mashed potato.
Yeah, no, cauliflower.
Cauliflower. Oh, okay.
Mashed potato I think has been a staple for a while. Mashed cauli.
My wife loves mashed potatoes. I mean, that's like her go-to food.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So she might like this if she tries it in a different way.
No, maybe when she's as old as I am.
She's like, well, I'm going to eat the one that I enjoy for now.
She teases me all the time that I'm old, so. Yeah.
So it looks all, let me just take this off. It looks all like wet and stuff right now. Oh, thank you. Are we just going to put it back into the pot? Now you have two options. Some people just cheese it up. Some people put psyllium husk, psyllium husk?
Yeah,
so yes, to just coagulate it, exactly. Yeah. So I'm gonna let that be on like a low heat. So once this heats up a little bit, I'm just gonna add a bit of salt. While we're working on that, tell me, what made you get into your profession? Did you start off doing something else first before you got into acting?
No, I've always wanted
No
to do
way!
Yes.
Since you're like little?
Very little. I mean, I played all through my teenage life.
Okay.
And so when it was time to go to the university, it was the most natural thing to do. Look for some course
that you can flow through.
So theater arts was the
answer.
Was the most logical thing to do. But you know how it is. You find yourself in one profession, and then you keep looking for things around it.
Correct.
So I call myself a mass communicator. Right?
Okay.
So everything that can do with mass communicating,
you do
is
it.
what I dabble into, and thankfully, all my creative life, I've spent them, you know, standing in front of an audience.
Exactly.
Either as a lawyer, which I'm also
really,
and or as a journalist or whatever, you know. So there's always a public
that you are communicating to.
So that's
so. Well, you have a law degree too.
Yes, and I was called in 205.
And you just didn't feel like doing it.
No, because people think that being a lawyer means you have to litigate.
Well, you can do anything being a lawyer.
Hey,
in LA, you could be a studio owner.
You can be anything.
You can be anything.
And you can be president.
Yeah, I think lawyer and teacher.
Yeah. There are people who feel that everybody that needs to have a liberal degree, whatever degree you want to have, law should be like your basic first degree.
Right. So you can move on.
Yeah, I subscribe to that.
So you know you played a lawyer recently, and I watched that movie, which was very, very realistic. Did you enjoy doing that? Did it make you go back?
I enjoy doing everything.
Yeah, we're gonna just throw some.
Oh, this is. You didn't do the.
Okay, Salt Bay. He's gonna Zaddy Bay for us.
No, let's not spoil it.
Okay, so I'm gonna throw some cheese in there as well.
Okay.
And you guys, normally we would add some psyllium husk, but realistically I can't even find it right now, so that's fine. But what I'm trying to say is sometimes you miss out on ingredients. You can still get creative. So we're gonna wait until that cheese like melts, because what the cheese does is it brings it together, and so does the psyllium husk. And once we finish making the cauliflower mash, we're gonna go into making our toppings. So you guys, we have a double major here, creative arts. And so that was a lot of work, no?
Lots of work. I mean, you can't, in Nigeria, I remember having a professor, he's late now, but he's one of my heroes actually.
Okay.
I remember entering my first law class.
Okay.
In Unilag, and the guy saying, you know, this class or becoming a lawyer is the best decision that any adult person
can make. Right.
You know, I remember walking out of that lecture feeling like 8 feet tall because
you felt like you're on the right path.
Yeah, I just made the decision to be a lawyer as well, apart from being an actor. You know?
Nice.
So yeah, that sort of works. Yeah.
You are a very good cauli mashed potato maker, if I say so myself. I am. Look at the wrist work. Excellent. So I think that is good, okay, because as it cools down, it'll thicken. Yeah. So I'm gonna take this off your hands. So you guys, we've done the topping and we are moving into the filling for our shepherd's pie, and we'll be right back. We're back and we are about to make our filling. So, you know, normally if you're making it in the UK, I grew up in the UK, it's just ground beef. Maybe they've thrown an onion in there. But I want to spice it up, Nigerianize it a bit, and then also find a way to hide more vegetables inside of it. Because the idea is to load up on as much vegetables without it just being like protein veggies. I think that psychologically that just bores me and then just makes me want to eat French fries and a hamburger. Which is why my show is called Diary of a Fat Girl. Like, I feel like I had to trick myself into changing the way I ate, and then it was that I started feeling better, and so it was more not that I didn't desire the bad stuff, it's just I just wanted to feel good.
Better alternative, yeah.
So when would you say that you became more conscious of your weight loss journey? So we've got onions first.
It was I woke up one morning.
That's good.
And I was 115 kg.
Shut up.
Yes. And I thought, you know, that was a bit too much.
Yeah, you can do a little bit of that.
For me. Is this oregano?
Oregano, yeah. Okay. No, this is thyme. This is thyme. I like thyme.
So, you know,
I'll just throw some stuff in while you're making.
I thought it was time to...
You just said enough was enough.
That's it, to switch it.
But I don't feel like it had any effect on your career or anything.
It was more like health.
Just a personal decision.
Yes, and I have always had a fear because those who know me, when I celebrated my 60th.
Yeah, we're going to come to that.
It was as a result of both my parents not making 60.
So you had to celebrate it. It's a huge celebration.
And because they were both diabetic and hypertensive.
So they were not careful, do you think, or do you think they were not aware?
I think they were just not aware.
Right.
And I thought, you know, the best way to honor their memory is to probably be a lot more conscious about what I eat.
Oh, for real.
And then live life a bit longer.
But honestly, you really peppered us. I was really jealous.
You know, it was not intentional.
But it was so good.
I'll tell you why. Because when we started, I said, look, this is a private party. If
there's COVID, blah blah blah.
If they see anybody streaming it, shut the cameras down. So it was a good thing I didn't know that it was being streamed, because people were just streaming.
You can't control it. You really can't. Not with Instagram.
I remember it was just crazy.
No, but it was, can I be honest, it was classy, it was well done. I really liked your whole...
My dance.
Oh my goodness, I was like, woo, you better do it, RMD. So did you practice that?
No, I'm an Aruba man, so that's like...
Where's Aruba from?
Delta.
Okay, so that's a normal thing.
That's my DNA.
It's already there, so it just was like nostalgic.
Yeah, and I love to dance anyway.
So before we keep going on that, what we've done is we've got tomatoes, onions, pepper. It kind of looks Nigerianish right now.
Yep.
One of the things that I did use that was different to normal, it's not regular soy sauce, it's called liquid aminos. So it's basically higher in protein. It doesn't have all the like preservatives that soy sauce has, and it doesn't have sugar. Because you know soy sauce is heavy in sugar, so I can send you a picture of that for you to see. And then we also have the coconut aminos. So these are just like alternative condiments that we can use, as opposed to, you know, the usual ones that we use, because it helps us to not bloat. So we have ground beef here. I know a lot of people don't like ground beef, but if you actually get low fat ground beef and you grind it yourself, it does make a difference, because most times the ground beef that you'll get like in a supermarket is usually the scraps that they've blended together. But you can actually buy steak or get them to kill the cow and just do it by yourself. But yeah, just break it up.
But if you're lazy, can you just use corned beef?
No, you cannot use corned beef. Okay, so we're mixing this.
It's looking good.
It's looking really good. Let me get all the veggies now. Okay guys, so we're back, and as you said, it's looking pretty good.
Yes, it is.
Smelling super delicious. And what we do just before we kind of assemble our shepherd's pie, I want to add the extra vegetables. This is where the health aspect comes in. I hope you love all of these. Awesome. So you go ahead, put in what you like and put in how much you like.
I'm just going to go for all.
Go, I trust you. I can see that. I'll take that from you.
Okay.
So what is your favorite vegetable?
I don't know if I have a favorite.
I think veggie lovers don't have a favorite.
I don't think I have a favorite vegetable, no. I just love my veggies.
That's good.
I prefer them a bit crunchy.
Me too. That's why I put it in at the end. And I'm going to put a little, I don't like it. Once I see it's a bit mushy, you've kind of lost me.
Yeah.
And so I studied that, like I find that a lot of Asian, stir fries, they just literally toss it around and let the steam go on it. Okay, so once we turn that, the next step is just for us to kind of make our pie and put it in the oven. So I'm gonna have you keep stirring, but I do have a question. So now a lot of young actors, actresses, they look up to you. How have you stayed in the industry? How have you stayed relevant without being desperate or overexposed? Because that's a vibe as well, that's a thing. So how do you balance it? How do you take jobs? How do you...
Well, the thing is, you have to be very intentional about what you want, how you want to run your career.
Right.
Like I said, this is this has been for me what I always wanted to do. So I guard it jealously. You have to be able to get to the point where you can say no. And if you practice it, and if you really have regard for your craft, after a while the roles will choose you. Yes.
Like someone will write and say, oh, I had you in mind.
Yes, the roles will choose you. And quite frankly, I say to younger actors, if I pick a script, after the first 1 minute, if I'm not working it, 5 minutes, I'm not working it.
When you say working it, placing yourself in it, okay.
I'm seeing myself in it, because I see in pictures. I see in pictures.
Oh my
my
God,
life
you
is
do.
in, yeah, I live
You're
in
a visual person.
Yes, I'm a visual person.
Yeah.
And if I don't see myself in it,
you don't take it.
I struggle. That's it. I won't take it.
Are your eyes blue?
I don't know. People keep asking me.
His eyes are blue, guys. This is a unicorn. What's going on? No, they're blue.
And I don't wear contacts.
Amazing. So now,
yes.
Would you? I mean, what's the plans? Are you going to be training people? What's the next?
I train people. I am constantly teaching.
Okay.
For me, life is about teaching moments.
Yes.
And when I find myself in those moments, I don't let it go.
Yes.
I grab onto them and
answer all sorts of questions and all that good stuff. That's important.
This is really good. Guys, it's not because I'm doing this.
He's now seeing the vibes.
Really good.
He's catching it.
This is really, really good.
Okay, you guys. So I'm just going to set up for us to build our shepherd's pie, and we will be right back. Okay, you guys, so we are back to basically just the last final steps. We've made a yummy, really yummy, really rich thing. So what you're gonna do is we're gonna put the base in there, and then I'll cover it with this. So you put in as you see fit, and you can put any meat replacement you want. You can do this with chicken. You can do this with anything, and this is good stuff for like if you want to take lunch with you. You know what I mean? Because you could just warm it up. Do you take packed lunch? How do you do with the set? Because set food is bad.
That's what I put on all the weight in the world. I mean, sometimes when I have a cook, if I have a cook
on the set,
no resident in my house.
Okay.
If I have a cook.
Okay, like if you've traveled for.
If I have a chef, then and if I'm within Lagos.
Yeah.
I will take food.
Okay. Okay, I get you.
Or from my rider. Sometimes they really try.
I was going to say you should be able to.
They really try. Sometimes they get it right. Sometimes they don't.
They don't. You just have to make it work. So you were saying something about the training. I mean, I know you have the. But I mean, I'm talking about like more like mentorship or maybe a school.
No. I have refused to do a school or anything like that.
Okay.
Why? I'm constantly mentoring because
it's just a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot, and I don't think I have the strength to begin to even.
I think that's the beginning of wisdom. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and put that.
And cap it up. Okay.
Yep. And then I'll sprinkle with the cheese. It's teamwork here.
Okay. All right. Let's see.
I think you go with this one because it's closer. There you go. And we don't want to see any veggies at all.
Okay.
So it's really, so you see, this is like, I mean, for parents, I do this with my kids all the time, and they don't see any difference in it.
How many kids you have?
I have 3 children.
Boys, girls?
I have 2 boys, 6 and 7, and then I have, 5 and 7, and then I have a 2-year-old girl.
Oh.
What about you? I saw your big soldiers.
Those are the younger ones.
Are you kidding? How many kids do you have?
6 actually.
Slow clap, you're the real MVP here. That's amazing. You know, I always like that.
There's plenty non-biological.
No, of course. Adopted, industry father, people look up to you. Yeah. Hold on, let me just get around you. There we go. I'm gonna use. I've always said, I told my husband that I wanted to have more kids, and every day my kids always pray for more, than he'll be eyeing me in between the prayer. Like, you are not serious. But you know, I look at my dad, and he's just enjoying us. Do you get, when we're all hanging out around him, all the grandkids are making noise. I feel like when I'm older, that's what I want. You guys, let's put this in the oven, and the next part is my favorite. It's time to taste the food.
Cool.
That's what you're waiting for. You guys, this is the best part. We've been waiting. Did you see how quickly you cooked for me?
I mean, I'm amazed.
Yeah,
Personally.
sharp.
This is going to be one of the fastest meals that I have put together with anybody.
That's it, because we don't have time for that. We're both working, we're both industry, you know, I'm just we ain't got time for that. Also, your wife likes mash, so you can introduce her to that. Do you want to try a little salad dressing?
Yes, absolutely.
This is made out of cashews. I'll put some on for you. Do you like loads or little?
Just medium. Yeah.
Good? I'll do the same. Vibes. So you guys, we threw a side salad because we're both veggie lovers, and you can always do that. So ready? Let's do it.
Eat.
Let's do this. You guys, yum. All the veggies coming through in a mighty way. Okay, I'm waiting for you. Exactly, mother. This is how you should feel every time you're eating. I feel like it should be an experience.
You know, most people think that it is just to cook. But I subscribe to eating as I like the whole ceremony. I like the whole
Pomp and circumstance, shakara.
making sure that the food is well. So I'm a fine dining kind of person.
Yeah. Okay, guys, so thank you so much for tuning into another fabulous, this is one of my favorite, for obvious reasons, my favorite episode of Diving in a Fat Girl RMD. I'm so grateful. You guys, so if you want to try out this recipe, you can DM me on Instagram, Life of Rona 01, and you can also like and subscribe. Thank you so much. Take care and God bless. Bye.
Mwah.